So SWGs, how does the that's really really sad. Okay, at this point, first of all, Sweet Baby Inc. was like dropped from the development team of Wolverine like a year ago. Yeah, Sony really dropped Sweet Baby Inc. from the development team, and of course, SWGs are still blaming Sweet Baby Inc. for why um the X-Men character isn't as sexy enough for them, basically. Because, of course, gaming isn't about, fun anymore or, trying to make the game as interesting as possible. No, it's about pleasing the small minority of people who demand, beautiful women in gaming when most people don't care. I almost buy the Wolverine sells 10 million copies, and these people will backpedal on it. Kind of like how they had to backpedal on the Digimon game, and they had to backpedal on Silent Hill F, and, yeah, they had to backpedal on all those games, and Hades 2. Because Hades 2 was a huge success on the Switch 2, and on PC as well. So, they had to backpedal on that as well here. Also, I think those games are holding better than Stellar Blade did as well, which I find pretty hilarious as well here. I wonder where Stellar Blade is on the Steam charts. It's currently at 10, so it actually has increased back. I guess they finally had a W for once. But they did release a DLC for Stellar Blade, I think, very recently. And 10K is all they can muster. Yep. Actually, it's 15K for 24-hour peak. 15K is all they can muster. Yeah, Stellar Blade, I think, had a DLC. Okay. Released very recently. Usually, when DLC releases for a game, they, had an increase in sales. But yeah, basically 2 weeks ago, they had a DLC release for the game. Which is why, the game had a slight increase in players than the all-time low of 2K players. Yeah, before they released this DLC for Stellar Blade, they literally were only having 2,000 players basically as well here. Yeah, pretty hilarious to see that as well here. So yeah, they got a DLC, a free DLC, which isn't even paid. It's free DLC as well here, and all they can muster is 15K. Not even they can't even get back to 100,000 people who played Stellar Blade. It's only 15K. Okay, and so I know there was some sort of say. So that means for a percentage of people who came back, okay, yeah, 15,000. Okay, a lot of people claim that Stellar Blade. So only 7% of Stellar Blade fans have returned to play the DLC. Okay, let's just assume it's 30,000 to include everybody. Okay, that means only 15% of Stellar Blade fans actually return to play the game. Yeah, that's absolutely really, really pathetic. Okay, it really shows that most people don't care about Stellar Blade. I wonder how many people just bought the game to see what the hype is really about, and then realized it was just a very underwhelming game, and they said, "Oh, wait, this is just another. It's very underwhelming, game as well here." But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Wolverine sells like 10 million copies. And I was these realize there's more games than just, Anata, Genshin Impact, and Stellar Blade. Like, there's so many games out there, and they choose to only play games because it appeals towards the goon fantasies. Yeah, absolutely hilarious as well. Yeah, I find it pretty funny. Goodbye.